So over to you.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I am Karakayu from Cameroon, and I live in France. We are three of us who are developing data OSM data in France. So we will be two today because the third person can have not succeed to attempt this afternoon. So we will be me, Karakayu, and Jean-Louis Zimmerman. Jean-Louis, if you are here, please can you present yourself in French or in English?
Okay, so thank you for your welcoming. I work in local government in France, and I am a big contributor in the southeast of France in OpenStreetMap, and I am in the OSM data team.
Okay, fine. So let's go up. So the presentation is valorize OSM data, equip communities and organization with OpenStreetMap. Up. What is OSM data? OSM data is a portal of from OSM where you have data with where you can click to show to interact with data. The main goal, the not the main goal, but one of the goal of OSM data is to prove that OSM OpenStreetMap is not a map; it's a database where you can have attributes. You can have a data from like a database from Google or Microsoft or all international database. So for who is there is data OSM data is for geometricians, for territory managers, and all person who needs data. OSM data offer the possibility to download the data, to visualize the data before download, so you can know what you are downloading before downloading, open QGIS or ArcGIS before see what you are downloading. OSM data is powered by QGIS server, so you can have symbology from QGIS. If they are if there are person if someone usually use QGIS, you will understand. Up. So technically, what OSM data is three base component. First, you have the database POSIX, OSM to PGSQL. We load the OSM data in the database. After the QGIS server, we stream the data from the database by with YEFS or YEMS. And finally, we have OpenLayer to display all those stream on your web. All these three components are get together with GeoDjango and Angular. GeoDjango is for all the backend, all the process in Python, and finally Angular for the front end in TypeScript. So what is a layer in OSM data? A layer in OSM data is first defined by a query with OSM keys like tourism equal a museum to get all the museum layer. That query will create a table in the database. And finally, we will add that table in QGIS. So a layer in OSM data is defined by its query, its table in the database, and finally a layer in QGIS. On that layer in QGIS, we will come after and apply style on it, a symbology. So in the map, in your browser, you will see the layer with the symbology. Okay, this part is usually our tech as I've said in the beginning, we have three. We are three to develop this platform, and the third one is not available today. I'll try my best to explain his part. He is, how can I say in English, he's a great enthusiast of symbology in QGIS. He go very, very far in styling layer in QGIS. So his goal is to reward the effort of contribute in OSM data. So you can, if you use to, how can I say, if you use to map wine, I don't know how they call it, vineyard, I think, yeah, vineyard. If you go in OSM data, you will see the orientation of the field. Up, if I continue, some renderings up. some fun and cartoons in the OSM data portal. He have created still where to find in this beach. You can see the picture and understand it yourself. How to do it. Continue with the fountain, where to go to get water, if you can drink or not water. To continue barrier in OSM data, you have a style, different style. You have trees with the species, and you have the lockdown map. The blue where is open and the red is locked. You can see in Marseille, in France, in the south of France, where everything was locked in the lockdown with the heat map. So he used the OSM from data OSM data to create a heat map and display it in the portal. Also have garden. We have hiking trails where you have gone very, very far in the symbology. You zoom and you have a different symbology. On all the slide, I think the slide will be available after the presentation. You can use the link to go on the portal. And to animate the community on Twitter, you can follow us on Twitter. At the end of the slide, you will see our username on Twitter. We used to create and to animate our community on Twitter with some style, with some question. At Saint Valentin, we have made a style on all the, how do they call it again? We are les bons. Oh, I forget the English. Okay, you have created a style for the Saint Valentin, for the love. And there was up also on Easter, the hunt of egg. In Easter, we have hide some eggs in garden in all the France, and person were going to find where is eggs. After we have also worked with maybe I will let Jean-Louis talk about this part.
So we had a specific moment in January 20, working like a hackathon about lighting in cities. And we tried to show that we are able to use OpenStreetMap to help downsizing the importance of lighting pollution. And so we tried to create communications and valorize the rendering in OSM data, and at the same time asking people to help us to qualify data in OpenStreetMap. And here you see a politic man create communication, happy to see what was published. So you have an example of high-level rendering. You see the light that are orange or white, and the direction of the light. And we go lower and lower, and we see the type of lamp, and also if there are several type of lamp, the direction of which. And so we are about to speak about the team at the day. We are three, and 3 people with different skill. Maybe Carl, you wish to continue?
You can think you can present the team now.
Okay.
Continue the slide.
Yes.
Okay.
So no. You may stay at the previous. So Carl is in the core development. I try to improve involvement with local government, communities, associations, club, and all this. And you see Mathieu that works in a very big administrations that gives search, and he is very enthusiastic for the rendering in QGIS. So it is we are very complementary. And by this way, we are able to gather in this kind of solution different community for photographic community in Mapillary, community of knowledge with data, Wikidata, and Wikipedia, because when we display the pop-up that is in OSMdata, we can activate the links or the pictures. Also, Flickr is working. And by this way, we are able to help people that are working in a hackathon, mapping parties, and also politicians, clubs, and all this. And it is very useful to use such a solution. And here you see a picture of and the way we are able to use OpenStreetMap, but in a professional way, and at the same time we are able to use OSMdata for everyone in the cities. And our dream is to give ability to show data in the simplest way, and like a gamification. You see, the playful way is that data is not boring. It is very, very fun. And this is why we see the X, that user experience. We create data, and afterward we are able to click on the data, and by this way it is a stimulation to be more and more accurate, and at the same time give more and more informations that are being usable. And so we have a Twitter account, and at the moment the link is in demo.opentweetmap.france, because it is also a French adventure.
Okay, fine. The presentation is now finished. I hope we have succeed with our English to explain what is OSM data, what we are doing, what we love to do on our weekend or after work. So I hope you people have enjoyed this presentation, and if you have some questions or whatever remarks, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for such a wonderful presentation. We have a question from Enoch, and he says, how is OSM data and GOSM, are they connected or they are different? What's the difference in the connection between these two applications?
Good question. Is how can I say? I think it's different philosophy maybe, but in the code, the first code of data OSM, I think it's the same code used in GOSM in the farm. Not the same code, but the base is the same code with GOSM. But now GOSM with the backend is with PHP. But now data OSM have because to use very well QGIS with PyQGIS and and other frameworks on Python. We have moved from PHP to Python, to full Python. So now the how can I say the technologically there's no links now, but before there was a link. Yeah, I think I don't know if I respond the question.
Yes, yes, you
Okay.
have.
Maybe there is another answer, that is that the way we wish to create a soul in OSM data is that we wish to create in the backend, give a lot of ability for administrators to push several kind of style, and by this way we can create different profiles, and so we are able to show that data for local government or data for citizens, and so the same data may have some kind of rendering that would be maybe more expert or more everyday people.
Yeah. And it's interesting how you involve the various stakeholders, like the government, in this whole process and rendering. Thank you very much for joining this session. Our time is almost up. We will continue this conversation definitely in the network session and other parts of the of hopping. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.